Overhead lines and poles erection fastening of insulator. Overhead lines electrical electric power which is generated from generating plant या station to consumer in it is transmitted and distributed either by means of overhead lines OH या by underground cables UG. Electric power transmission is the bulk movement of electrical energy from generator power plant to electrical substation. These interconnected lines are known as transmission network. The electrical link from substation to consumer is typically preferred as electrical power distribution. The combined transmission and distribution network is known as the power grid. Electricity is transmitted at high voltage 11 kilo, 30 kilo, 66 and 230 kilo and 400 and 500 kilovolts. Reduce the energy loss which occurs in long distance transmission. The power is actually transmitted through OH lines, underground cables. OH lines are very voltage, high voltage, three phase alternating current and also single phase. AC sometimes used in railway electrification system. High voltage direct current HVDC is used for greater efficiency even from for every long distance used in submarine power cables and to stabilize large power distribution network. Main component used in OH lines and overhead line may be used to transmit over or distribute electric power. The successful operation of an overhead line depends to great extent upon the mechanical design of the line. While constructing an overhead line, it should be ensured that mechanical strength of the line is such so as to provide against the most probable weather condition. In general, the main component for of an overhead lines. Conductors which carry electrical power from the sending and station to the receiving end station. Support which may be poles या towers and keep the conductors at a suitable level above the ground. Insulator which are attached support and insulate the conductor from the ground. Cross arm which provide support to the insulator. Miscellaneous items such as plate, phase plate, dangers plate, lighting arrestor, anti climbing wires, etc. Conductor materials. The conductor is one of the important item as most the capital outlay invested for it. Therefore, proper choice of material and size of the conductor is so of considerable importance. The conductor material used for transmission and distribution of electrical power should have the following properties: high electrical conductivity, high tension strength in hour to withstand mechanical stress, low cost so that it can be used for long distance, low specific gravity so that weight for unit volume is small. Low specific gravity so that weight per unit volume is small. Commonly used conductor materials. The most commonly used conductor material for overhead lines are copper, aluminum, steel, reinforced aluminum, galvanized steel, and cadmium copper. The choice of particular material will depend upon the cost and the required electrical and mechanical properties and the local condition. All conductors used for overhead lines are preably standard in order to increase the flexibility in standard conductors. There are generally one central wires and around the successive layer of two wire containing 6, 12, 18, 24 wires. Copper. Copper is an ideal material For overhead lines, winning in its high electrical conductivity and greater tensile strength, it always used in hard drawn from a standard conductor. Although hard drawing decreased the electrical conductivity slightly, it increased the tensile strength considerable by aluminium. Aluminium Aluminium is cheap and light and compared to copper, but it has a much smaller conductivity and tensile strength. The relative comparison of the two materials is briefed below. The conductivity of aluminium is 60% that copper. The smaller conductivity of aluminium means that for any particular transmission efficiency, the cross sectional area of conductor must be larger in aluminium than in copper. For the same resistance, the diameter of aluminium conductor is about 1.26 times the diameter of copper conductor. Steel reinforced यानी कि steel cored aluminium. In order to increase the tensile strength, the aluminium conductor is reinforced with a core of galvanized steel, where the composite conductor thus obtained is known as steel cored aluminium and is abbreviated as ACSR, aluminium conductor steel reinforced. Steel core aluminum conductor consists of central core of galvanized steel wire surrounding by number of aluminum standard. Usually diameter the both steel and aluminum wires is the same. Aluminum. This is the diameter of aluminum and this is the steels denoted by in the shown pictures. Steel core aluminum conductor galvanized steel. Galvanized steel has a very high tensile strength. Therefore, galvanized steel conductor can be used for extremely long span for short line section exposed to abnormally high stress due to climate condition. They have been found very suitable in rural area where cheapness is the main consideration due to poor conductivity and height resistance of steel. Such conductors are not suitable for transmitting large power over a long distance. Line support. The supporting structure for overhead line conductors are various type of pole and towers called the line supports. In general, the line support should have the following properties. First, high mechanical strength to withstand the weight of conductor and wind loads. Light in weight without loss of mechanical strength, cheap in cost and economical maintain, longer life. Easy accessibility of conductor for maintenance. The line support used for transmission and distribution electric power of various types including wooden pole, steel pole, RCC pole and lattice steel towers. The choice of supporting structure for a particular case depend upon the line span, a cross-sectional area, line voltage, cost and local condition. Wooden poles. These are made of seasoned wood, yani sal or ear, and are suitable for lines of moderate cross-sectional area and of relatively shorter span, say to 50 meters. Such support are cheap, easily available, provide insulating properties, and therefore are widely used for distribution purpose in rural area as an economical preposition. Proposition. Double pole structure of the A or H types are often used. See picture to obtain a higher transverse strength than could be economical provided by means of single poles. The main objection to wooden support, a tendency to root below the ground level, comparatively smaller life 20 से 25 year, cannot be used for voltage higher than 20 kilovolt, less mechanical strength and require a periodical expansion. Steel poles. The steel poles are often used as substitute for wooden poles. They possess greater mechanical strength, longer life, and permit longer span to use. Such poles are generally used for distribution purpose in the cities. This type of support need to be galvanized या painted in order to prolong its life. The steel poles are of three types. First, rail poles, tubular poles, and rolled steel poles, RCC poles. Reinforced cement concrete RCC यानी reinforced cement concrete poles have become very popular and line support in recent years. They have greater mechanical strength, longer life, and permit longer span the steel poles. Moreover, they give good outlook, require little maintenance, and have good insulating properties. The pictures 3 shown RCC poles for single and double circuit. The holes in the poles facilitate the climbing of poles and at the same time reduce the weight of the line support. The main difficulty with the use of these poles is the high cost transport owing their heavy weight. Therefore, such poles are often manufactured at the site in order to avoid heavy cost of transportation. Steel towers. Steel towers, in practice, wooden, steel, and reinforced concrete poles are used to distribution purpose at low voltage, say up to 11 kilovolt. However, for long distance transmission at higher voltage, steel towers are invariable employed. Steel towers have greater mechanical strength, longer life, can withstand more serves climate condition, and permit the use of longer span. The risk of interrupted service due to broken or punctured insulation is considerable reduced. Owing to longer span, tower footing are usually grounded by driving crude roots into earth. The minimize the lighting doubles as each tower acts as a lighting conductor. Pictures 4 shows as single circuit tower. However, to add a moderate additional cost, double circuit tower can be provided as shown in picture 4b. Double circuit has the advantage that ensure continuity of supply. In case there is a breakdown one circuit, the continuity of supply can be maintained by the other circuit. Pictures 2 given that so in the pictures it is a insulators parts, and this is a cross arm, and this is a steel braking, and this is the poles, wooden poles. Types of power line. Electrical energy generated, transmitted, and distributed in the form of alternating current as a economical proposition. The electrical energy produced at the power station is transmitted a very high voltage by three-phase, three-wire system to a step-down substation for distribution. The distribution system consists of two parts by primary distribution and secondary distribution. The primary distribution circuit is three-phase, three-wire and operates at voltage 3.3 or 6.6 or 11 kilovolt, which is somewhat higher than general utilization leaves. It delivers power to the secondary distribution circuit through distribution transformer situated near consumer localities. Each distribution transformer step down the voltage to 415 volt and power is distributed to ultimate consumer by 415 240 volt 3 phase 4 watt system. The electric power is transmitted at different voltage through overhead lines, and the types of power lines are furnished below. Low voltage line should not exceed 240 volt. Medium voltage line should not exceed 650 volt. High voltage line should not exceed 33 kilovolt. Extra high voltage line above 33 kilovolt line. Voltage standard. The voltage standard of above types have been defined in I rules 2. Voltage means the difference of electric potential measured in volts between any two conductor or between any part of either conductor and the earth as measured by suitable voltmeter, and is said to be given that pictures 3 and This is the RCC poles. This is the RCC poles, and this is the a single circuit, and this is a double circuit. And this is the length of 0.35 meter, and this is the length of 100 meter is 10 meters, and this is the 0.35 meters, and two length is 7.5, and length is 1.5, and this is 10 meters, and this is the gap of 0.8 meter and 0.8 meters. Pictures 4. This is the 100 volts span 320 meter single circuit, and this is the length of 12.5 meter and 3.35 meter and 4.5 meters, and this is the 41.6 meters, and this is the 11.5 meter, and this is the 5.75 meter. The 220 किलोवोल्ट स्पैन 320 मीटर डबल सर्किट and 120 किलोवोल्ट स्पैन 320 मीटर सिंगल सर्किट. लो वेयर voltage does not exceed 250 volts. Medium where the voltage does not exceed 650 volt. High where voltage does not exceed 33 kilovolt, and extra high voltage exceed 33 kilovolts. The nominal system voltage generally used in given below: 240 volts, 415 volt, 650 volt, 11 kilovolt and 33 kilovolt, and 66 kilovolt, 110 volt, 132 volt, 220 kilovolt, and 400 volt and 800 kilovolt. Corona. What is corona? The corona, the phenomena of violet gray. Corona, the phenomena of violet glow, hissing noise, and production of ozone gas around an overhead transmission line is known as corona. When an alternating potential difference is applied across two conductors whose spacing is large as compared to their diameter, there is no apparent change in the condition of atmosphere air surrounding at the where if the applied voltage is low. However, when the applied voltage exceeds a certain value called a critical distributive voltage, the conductors are surrounded by pant violet glow called corona. Factors affecting corona. The phenomena of corona is affected by the physical state of the atmosphere as well as by the condition of the line. The following are the factors upon which corona depends: atmosphere, conductor size, spacing between conductors, line voltage. Advantage and disadvantage of corona. Corona has many advantage and disadvantage. Advantage: due to corona formation, the air surrounding to the conductor become conducting, and hence virtual diameter of the conductor is increased. The increased diameter reduces the electrostatic stress between the conductors. Corona reduces the effect of transient produced by surge. Disadvantage: corona is comment by loss of energy. This affects the transmission efficiency of the line. Ozone produced by corona and may cause a corrosion of the conductor due to mechanical action. The current drawn by the line due to corona is non-sinusoidal. This may cause inductive interference with neighboring communication line. Vigor cross arm and support may increase to a considerable extent. Sag in overhead lines. The difference in level between points of support and the lower point on the conductor is called sag. Pictures 5 shows a conductor suspended between two equal level support A and B. The conductor is not fully stretched but is allowed to have a dip. The lowest point of the conductor O and the sag is S. Pictures 5b shown on equal level supports. Pictures 5. This is the equal level supports sag A and B, and this is unequal level supports T, O or T, B and O, B or O. This is the called sag. Conductor sag and tension. This is an important consideration in the mechanical design of overhead line. The conductor sag should be kept to minimum in order to reduce the conductor material required and to avoid extra pole height for sufficient clearance above ground level. Classification of overhead transmission line. The capacitance effect introduce complication in transmission line calculation depending upon the manner in which capacitance is taken into account. The overhead transmission line are classified as short transmission line. When the length of an overhead transmission line is up to about 50 kilometers and the line voltage completely low यानी कि 20 kilovolts, it is usually considered as a short transmission line due to a smaller length and lower voltage. Capacitance effect are small and hence can be neglected. Medium transmission line. When the length of an overhead transmission line is about 50 to 150 kilometers and the line voltage moderately higher 20 kilo से 100 kilovolt, it is considered as a medium transmission line due to sufficient length and voltage of the line. The capacitance effect are taken into the account. Long transmission line. When the length of an overhead transmission line is more than 150 kilometers and the line voltage very high 100 kilometers, it is considered as a long transmission line. For the treatment of such a line, the line constants are considered uniformly distributed over the whole length of the line. The two important terms of performance of transmission lines are voltage regulation. The difference in voltage at the receiving end and sending end of transmission line is called voltage regulation and is expressed as percentage of the receiving end voltage. Mathematically, percentage as voltage regulation is called to Vs यानी कि ascending voltage, Vr यानी कि receiving voltage बटा यानी by receiving voltage into 100. Vs is equal to sending end voltage, Vr is receiving end voltage. Obviously, this is desirable that the voltage regulation of transmission lines should be below. The increase in load current should make a very little difference in the receiving end voltage. Transmission efficiency. The power obtained at the receiving end of transmission line is generally less than the sending end power due to losses in the line resistance. The ratio of receiving end power to sending end power of transmission line is known as the transmission efficiency of the line. Percentage of transmission efficiency is equal to receiving end voltage but sending end voltage into 100. तो VR यानी रिसीविंग वोल्टेज एंड रिसीविंग करंट कॉस फाई यानी पावर फैक्टर रिसीविंग पावर फैक्टर बाय सेंडिंग वोल्टेज सेंडिंग करंट और सेंडिंग पावर फैक्टर इंटू 100 वेयर VR, IR and cos phi are the receiving in voltage current and power factor while VS, IS and cos phi s are the corresponding value of at the sending end. Constant of a transmission line. A transmission line has resistance, inductance and capacitance uniformly distributed along the whole length of the line. Resistance, it is position of line conductor to the current flow. The resistance is distributed uniformly along the whole length of the line as shown figure 6. Inductance, when an alternating current flow through a conductor, a changing flux is set off which links the conductor. Due to this flux linkage, the conductor possess conductors. Inductance, mathematically inductance is defined as the flux linkage per ampere. Inductance L बराबर phi बटा I Henry, where phi flux linkage in Weber turns, I current in amperes. The inductance also uniformly distributed along the length of line is picture 6 again for the convenience analysis. It can be taken to be lumped as picture 6. Picture 6 is given that resistance, inductance, resistance, inductance, resistance, inductance. This is ZL and line conductor. This is the BS यानी कि sending voltage. Uniformly distribution of inductance, and this is a lamped inductance yani sending voltage, resistance inductance, and this is sending voltage and ZL. Capacitance, if any two conductors of an overhead transmission line are separated by air which acts as insulation, the capacitance exists between any two overhead line conductor. The capacitance between conductors is the charge per unit potential difference, i.e. कैपेसिटेंस C बराबर Q बटा V फैरेड, वेयर Q चार्ज ऑन द लाइन इन कूलम, V बराबर PD बिटवीन द कंडक्टर्स इन वोल्ट्स. The capacitance is uniformly distributed along the whole length of line and may be regarded as a number of capacitors connected between the conductors as in picture 7a. When a alternating voltage is impressed on a transmission line, the charge on the conductor at any point increase and decrease with the increase and decrease of the instantaneous value of the voltage between conductors at the point. This is the line conductors, capacitor 1, capacitor 2, capacitor 3, capacitor 4, capacitor 5 यानी कि and this is the line conductor uniform distribution of capacitance की तरह कार्य करता है. And this is the lamped capacitance यानी कि EC, IC, VS. The result is that a current known as a charging current flow between the conductors. See picture 7 with DC charging current flow in the lines even when it is open circuit supplying no load. It affects the voltage drop along the line as well as efficiency and power factor of the line. Resistive line. The resistance of transmission line conductors is the most important cause of power loss in transmission line. The resistance R of line conductor having resistivity length L and area of cross sectional area is given by the R rho by L bata A. In single phase 2 wire DC line, the total resistance known as a loop resistance is equal to double the resistance of other conductor. In case of 3-phase transmission line, resistance per phase in the resistance of a one conductor. Skin effect. The tendency of an alternating current to concrete only near the surface of a conductor is known as skin effect. Due to skin effect, the effective area of cross section of the conductor through which current flow in reduce. Consequently, the resistance of conductor is slightly increased when carrying an alternating current. The skin effect depends upon a pictures 8. This is the current flow inside the surface and this is the no current flow in center portion. Nature of material. Diameter of wire skin effect increase with the diameter of wire. Frequency increase with increase in frequency. Shape of wire less for standard conductor than for solid conductor. And it may be noted that skin effect is visible when the supply frequency is low 50 Hz and conductor diameter is a small 1 cm. Erosion of overhead line poles. Erosion of overhead line poles. Length of a span. The length of a span of line support will depend upon various factors like type of pole and conductor used, voltage of transmission, environment, ground clearance of safety, etc. However, Flowing data given table 1 may be taken as a rough guide. Wooden poles, the length of 60 to 40 span length in meter. Steel tubular 50 से 80 span length in meter. RCC poles 16 to 100 meters span length. Steel tower 100 into 300 span length in meter. GI pipe 30 to 50 meter span length. And when distribution line and street lighting features are erected on the same support, the span should not exceed 45 meter. The recommended span for power lines over 11 kilovolt given table 2. Nominal system voltage kilovolts RMS. नंबर ऑफ सर्किट्स स्पैन रेंज, यानी कि 33 किलो वोल्ट्स पोल्स के लिए नंबर ऑफ सर्किट्स 1, स्पैन रेंज 90 से 135 स्पैन रेंज मीटर में, और 2 नंबर ऑफ सर्किट्स 2 के लिए 180 टू 305 स्पैन रेंज मीटर में, 66 के लिए 1 सर्किट्स के लिए 340 से 305, और 2 सर्किट्स के लिए 240 से 320 स्पैन रेंज मीटर में, 110 के लिए 1 के लिए 305 से 335, सर्किट 2 के लिए 305 से 365 स्पैन रेंज की लंबाई मीटर में, 132 के लिए 1 305 से 365 मीटर्स में, और सर्किट 2 के लिए 305 से 380, और 220 किलो वोल्ट के लिए सर्किट 1 के लिए 320 से 380 स्पैन की लंबाई 380, 2 के लिए 320 से 380. Choice of span. The following factors influence the choice of span is construction and the cost of the line, is of maintenance and cost of the line maintenance, terrain condition, and depth of the pith depends upon the solid and height of the pole. The depth of the pith below the ground level should be about 1/6 of the length of pole. 9 meters long pole should go down at least 1.5 meter below the ground level, 7.5 meter above the surface. The depth foundation setting is dependent upon the density of soil and depth of frost penetration. In addition to the above, we should take into account disturbance to the structure of the earth, as the soil field of the always less strong than the natural earth. Wooden reinforced concrete, the support for the 33 kilovolt overhead lines with pin insulators are placed directly in the earth with no special foundation. Hole for these supports having a diameter 5 to 10 cm greater than that of the pole be erected as pictures 9. This is the poles and foundation or rocky terrain. The poles are also reinforced by log hills placed at the pole inside the area of excavation's bottom as picture 10. Picture 10's poles is log steel poles and foundation solid ground. It water found at depth 1.5 to 2 meter. The poles are generally placed above the underground water level. The reinforced by embankment of special measures are taken as pictures 11. In such location, mass concrete foundation are to be adopt a wide collapsed foundation in the black cotton soil. Pictures 11 poles, and this is embankment and log hill and foundation on clay soil. Method of erection of pole. The pole to be erected may be brought to be split location by manual labor or by improvised carts. Then the pole may be erected in the pit. Wooden support pole may be utilized to facilitate lifting to the pole at the pit location as pictures 12. 12 given that erection of poles. Before the pole is placed into pit, RCC padding or alternatively a suitable base plate may be given and below the pole increase to surface contact between the pole and the soil. The padding will be distribute the density of the pressure due to weight of the pole on the soil. Having lifted the pole, the same should be kept in a vertical position with the help of Manila sisal roofs of 20-25 meter dia. Use the roof as temporary anchor as the pole are being erected, say from a anchor point to the next angle point. Alignment of the pole are to be checked and set right. Be visual check. The verticalities of the pole are to be checked with a spirit level on the both transverse and longitudinal direction. Having satisfied that the vertical and longitudinal alignment all are right, earth filling to be done. In some soil, the poles are to be concerted of the ground level of the pit. After the pole have been set, the temporary anchor are to be removed. Huge cross arms, these are also known as insulated support and are made of either wood or angle iron. Cross arm installed at the top of pole for holding the insulator on which conductor are fastened. They are also known as according to their relative position on the pole. If the cross arm is fixed in the center of the pole, then it is called cross arm. Pictures there and installed one side of pole, then it is terminated at side cross arm. Pictures 13b U-shaped cross arm are specifically used for three-phase line. Channel iron cross arm fabricated from channel of size 75 into 40 mm into 5.7 kg per meter, a size of 100 mm into 50 mm into 7.9 kg per meter are used for ST lines, and those made from angle irons of size 50 into 50 mm into 6 mm are used for LT line. This is the shackle insulator and this is a pin insulator. Side cross arm strip, and this is wooden poles and this is the steel tubular pole. Cross arm